Hello everyone, this is Anki, amazing software that lets you memorize anything forever. In this video, I'll walk you through how to use Anki to quickly soak up German vocabulary, including how to download and use the deck I'm using here. Anki is a flashcard program, notable for its flexibility and power. You'll learn and retain hundreds and hundreds of basic German words with a minimal time burden. This is useful for absolute beginners as well as intermediate speakers who wish to review. We'll start by downloading Anki itself if you haven't already. Open a browser and navigate to ankisrs.net, ankisrs.net. Here you'll find the download instructions for various operating systems, as well as some excellent documentation in case you have any questions about how Anki works. Opening Anki, a freshly installed version has a home screen that looks like this. This is where all your flashcard decks will be listed. For instance, if you have a Spanish vocab deck and a medical terms deck, they'll be right here. If you've never used Anki before, the only deck you'll have will be an empty one called Default. We can use Anki to create our own decks and flashcards, but we can also download decks of flashcards of varying quality from the internet. Let's get started by downloading our German deck. On the bottom left, we can click on Get Shared, which will bring us to Anki Web, where other Anki users have shared their decks on various subjects. Feel free to look through them. I recommend the deck that I made, which you can find by searching for Essential German. Click on the search result, and at the very bottom you can click to download it. When the file finishes downloading, open the file and it will import automatically into Anki. And aha, we have our very first Anki deck. So let's walk through a study session with Anki. The way you study with Anki might at first seem a little complex at first, but it's actually very intuitive, and the best way to learn is to do it yourself a couple of times. Anki manages large decks of flashcards for us. Our German deck here has hundreds and hundreds of flashcards in it, and every day Anki will, based on our prior study habits, pick a small selection of cards for us to study, in a way that maximizes how much we remember and minimizes the time it takes to do so. You can see that today, Anki has selected 20 cards for us to study. To study a deck, go ahead and click on the title and click Study Now. Like regular flashcards, every flashcard in Anki has a front side and a back side. Right now, we're seeing the front side. We can see the back by clicking on the Show Answer here. So let's say we have no idea what this word means. We can reveal the back. Means pound. Now, as we will for each flashcard, we'll mark how hard or easy it was for us down here. Each one of these buttons will return the card to the larger deck, but whichever one we push will determine how long it takes before we see it again. As you can see, again we'll have the card return in less than a minute, good will have the card return in less than 10 minutes, and easy will have it come back in around 4 days. This is a system called spaced repetition. How often do you need to study a card to remember it? Every day? Research shows that the more you see a piece of information, the less frequently you'll need to see it to remember it. So if we hit good, we'll see it again in 10 minutes. If we hit good in 10 minutes, we'll see it again in 1 day, and then in 3 days, and then in 6, and then 12, and so on, until we only need to see it and review each flashcard every couple months or years. This is how we can use Anki to remember thousands and thousands of cards while only spending the absolute minimum amount of time doing so. Don't worry if this is confusing at all. It all makes sense after you try it for a while. It's actually a pretty intuitive system. So I didn't know what this word means, so I'll hit come again in 1 minute. Bauernhof, I don't know what this one means either.
Bauernhof.
A farm. So I'm going to hit come again in 1 minute. Strand, well, I think I know what this one means.
Strand.
It means beach, yes. But I wasn't completely sure, so I'll hit come back in less than 10 minutes. Or come back before the end of the deck. Erste. I know what this one means because I've had this in German class for the last 10 years. It means first. This one's so easy, I'm going to hit come back in 4 days. As we go through this deck, we'll find that the number of cards remaining to study for the day goes down and down until we get to 0. And then we're done for the day. And when we finish, we can return to our home screen by clicking on the Decks button at the very top. We'll see our German deck has nothing listed under the Do or New, and so we're done for the day. Tomorrow, Anki will create a new deck for you to study, made of new cards you haven't seen before, as well as some review cards from ones you've studied today. And you'll study the exact same way. Go ahead and try this for a day or two, and then come back and watch the next video in the series where we'll go over some more of the details on how best to learn German vocabulary, helpful tips on Anki, and other such wonderful things. That's it for now, and good luck! If you're interested in learning more about Anki or learning German, feel free to subscribe for more videos.